Hey there, everybody, and thanks so much for watching KXAN Live News Notes. On this Wednesday, I'm Will DuPree. We are expecting a record hot temperature today for the high here in Austin. More on that forecast here in just a moment. But first, let's jump right into your headlines. Starting off, Dr. Mark Escott, the interim health authority for our area, is warning that we could be headed toward a dramatic increase in COVID-19 cases. And families, you'll want to pay attention to this. He says trick-or-treating is likely a no-go because of rising cases and hospitalizations. The other concern is this projection from the University of Texas. A week ago, researchers predicted a 66% chance that cases would increase in the coming weeks. Now, there's an almost 96% chance of it getting worse. Dr. Escott says families need to be vigilant, especially for anyone visiting grandparents or someone in a nursing home. That's because hospitalizations of elderly patients are climbing.
I would strongly advise that they are very protective of their interactions, that they not go to gatherings, that they avoid public places as much as possible.
Dr. Escott says for children to stay in school and businesses to stay open, Central Texans have to rein in their pandemic fatigue. That means doing things like wearing a mask, washing your hands, social distancing from people that you do not live with, avoiding social gatherings, and staying home if you are sick. We cannot believe we have to keep repeating this information, but we're going to do it one more time because the situation calls for it. Next up, there is no decision yet on another massive coronavirus relief package for struggling Americans. So House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin are talking again today about the bill after lawmakers did not make a decision last night. Democrats hope Republicans sign on to their more than $2 trillion proposal, something they say will provide comprehensive relief. In the meantime, senators will vote again today on a GOP bill for $500 billion to go to schools, unemployment, and vaccines. Democrats are expected to block that vote for the second time. Another bill would extend the Paycheck Protection Program. Of course, we'll keep tracking these developments. The conversations about relief come as COVID-19 cases are on the rise once again across the U.S. And here in Austin, COVID-19 hospitalizations are surging. Looking at this graph, you can see the uptick in those hospitalizations. The total number of patients in the hospital with COVID-19 hit 118 yesterday. That is the highest since September 8th. Looking statewide, the Department of State Health Services says hospitalizations went up by almost 270 people yesterday. And according to our data, there are nearly 83,000 active cases of COVID-19 in the state right now. In other sad news now, police officers across the state are mourning the loss of a veteran police officer in Houston. A deadly shooting happened yesterday when Sergeant Harold Preston responded to a domestic violence call. Police say Preston and two other officers were speaking to a woman and her son outside their apartment. When the boy opened the apartment door, his father opened fire. Sergeant Preston, Officer Courtney Waller, and the 14-year-old boy were shot. Officer Waller and the teenager are expected to be okay. Sergeant Preston died at the hospital, surrounded by his family. In terms of early voting, turnout here in Texas is still high. Another 31,000 people voted in Travis County yesterday. That adds up to more than 308,000 people, or 36% of registered voters. There are still 11 voting days left, and if you take a look here in Williamson County, 41% of voters have cast a ballot, so that's about 155,000 people. Finally, let's take a look at this weather forecast. A high temperature expected today of 92, but look at what happens after Sunday. A huge drop in temperatures on Monday and Tuesday. I don't know about you, but I am looking forward to that so that fall finally arrives and we can definitely feel it. All right, everybody, thanks so much for watching KXAN Live News Notes on this Wednesday. We hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe and healthy out there, and we'll see you back here another time.